One thing that's conspicuously absent through this search is the presence of the Steinbart Media Group. But you should know that SMG is a consortium of individuals around Austin. Here are some of their names in this particular tweet. Here's another individual who has worked closely. These people, they support Austin. They help to produce content. They coordinate political activism on behalf of Austin Steinbart. They often run rad live streams on Twitch, this method under the leadership of Marcus Cohen. But this very strange message from Jennifer kind of makes you wonder, is she like a time traveler? And what would seem necessary in this tweet for its full understanding is to infer that there are two timelines, and that the Austin in the present timeline that we are in has some roadblocks preventing him from achieving the timeline that Jennifer is communicating with. Here, Jennifer sort of belittles herself in a way, but to suggest that in her apparent demographic classification and societal classification, she's in a great disguise to be a very important person. Here in this June 28th tweet, she basically states that there is a civilization that lives underground, in fact multiple civilizations, and that the commander of the inner Space Force will act as the ambassador to these civilizations. This kind of takes you to a concave Earth idea or some other Earth cosmology. In this frightening tweet, she says, "I hope to each member of the 0.0001% of the populace who will survive are all completely prepped and ready." Yeah, right. Often uses this particular emoticon set of the moon and the dog, I guess to say moon beagle. She places a result of 1,014 days between April the 8th, 2024 and June 29th, 2021. This post is made on June 29th. So she seems to indicate that this time frame in 2024 is an end date to something. Remember the very first tweet, the date April 9th was mentioned, just one day later. So here Jennifer expresses the purpose of the date given previously, April 8th, 2024. As you recall, years ago on August 21st, 2017, there was a solar eclipse. I bore witness to that eclipse, as I intend also to bear witness to this eclipse on April 8th. Apparently, with the travel paths, it forms an X across the United States, which she states is God's SpaceX. This is almost to say that the name SpaceX is a reference to this occurrence, this time period from 2017 to 2024. But why is it that such a small percentage of the population will survive? On June the 30th, she quotes the Bible. Here from the New Living Translation I read, "In fact, unless the time of calamity is shortened, not a single person will survive, but it will be shortened for the sake of God's chosen ones." So for this tweet, she asked the question, why ignore yellow cube and looking glass? Why? So I just Googled the term looking glass and yellow cube together. There's this video that appeared, which I'll also include in the description. Here, in this somewhat salacious tweet, she demonstrates her basic understanding of orgone. Well, she may have an advanced understanding of orgone, who knows. Wilhelm Reich popularized the idea of orgone many years ago, constructing the first device in 1940, determined to be a potential sex cult leader. I don't think there's anything particularly sexual about orgone energy. I look at it as a type of subtle energy, probably not much different than ki. I think I'm digressing massively by even mentioning this topic at all. Here she suggests that there is a special elect of 144,000 people. These are individuals who can properly conceptualize the true state of the earth. Apparently 144,000 elect, plus or minus a few individuals she describes as immortals. And there's this picture of Alice falling down the rabbit hole. There's a globe at the beginning, then there's a flat earth, and then there's the concave earth model at the bottom. Whoever posted as you-know-who answered the question about flat earth years ago. She lists this as an important reveal on July 1st, stating the current 3D human manifestation of Cain as Will Summer, and the 3D manifestation of Seth Abel as Austin. In this displayed image, she uses a diagrammatic explanation to describe functioning interface of multiple quantum computers. There's the octahedron quantum computer, DoD quantum computer. She states in the message there's a circuit. Specifically, the circuit includes the DoD's quantum computer and the octahedron quantum computer, each having an interface with a human being. the DoD quantum computer interfacing with Commander Steinbart, as well as operatives in the field, the octahedron quantum computer feeding into the mind of Stephen Joseph Christopher, and she says that both quantum computers feed into her own personal mind and pineal gland, meaning that she has the abilities of Stephen Joseph Christopher, as well as Austin Steinbart, as well as the Q operatives in the field. She says that in doing so, she's completing a circuit. Here also she does another blind item reveal, stating that the issue with the fallen angels was not necessarily the angels themselves, but the daughters of men, because those daughters, by having romantic interface with the fallen angels, the product of that was the creation of lower vibrational entities, and the process of producing that product caused the women themselves to become lower vibrational entities. Elon Musk's wife, Grimes, who is a daughter of the Illuminated Ones, has a neat album, Space Opera, who describes an AI being who's also lesbian. She suggests in this July 6 tweet that for Stephen Joseph Christopher's idealization of the Earth, that there is a ceiling or a dome of some sort. This in reference to the rocket wagging contest between two billionaires. Very strange time to be alive.